What's up, YouTube? Oh, smells like Vin here, and I'm gonna be continuing classic Maiden, and I'm very tired, and so is my brain. Today was my first day of school, so I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things, and I'm pretty tired. I had to wake up at 5:30, and I couldn't get to sleep until like 1. So you can imagine I'm pretty pretty beat up right now. But Maiden shall continue, classic Maiden. So 3 is gonna be the magic number for this review. Because as I am moving into my 3rd year of high school, or junior year, Maiden was moving into their 3rd album on their 3rd year of being a band. Well, maybe not being a band, but being a band that released albums, toured, and kind of just made really, really good music. So, before I continue, I just want to say that my opinions on Number of the Beast are a lot different than many a Maiden fan. I'm kind of in the minority opinion as far as this album goes. And I think this album is a really, really overrated album. But just hold up, because I know a lot of people love this album. And I have what I think are pretty good reasons why I think that. So just, hear me out. First, let me go over the things I really like about it. One thing that I just gotta get out of the way, it's not a bad album at all. I like this album a lot. It has a lot of really good things going for it. First off, obviously this is the first album with vocalist Bruce Dickinson, who, as opposed to Paul Di'Anno's rough kind of punk voice, Bruce has a very lush, high, almost operatic kind of styling. Just has a really full, powerful voice, and he has a more emphasis on like falsettos and high notes. He just hits stuff that like no other vocalist can hit. His range is like huge. But obviously his voice fits more of a whimsical, fantasy-esque kind of epic storytelling kind of lyricism, and Steve Harris switches on this album to the really cool epic kind of lyrics that would be basically exemplified through the rest of Maiden's work from this point on. Another thing I really like about this album is the guitar work of Adrian and Dave. This is when they really start working as a kind of a team, and just shredding and really assaulting your eardrums with just crazy twin guitars. So, yeah. Okay. The reason that I think this album is overrated is, and this is something that always annoys me, I hate it when people say that, if something's annoyingly popular, that it's overrated. People always use that term totally wrong. And overrated means overrated, but it's rated too highly. And this album, okay, first of all, people say that this is the definitive Maiden album, meaning that it set the kind of template that every other Maiden album in the 80s would sound like. I don't agree with this at all. This, in my opinion, sticks out like a sore thumb in Maiden's discography, because I can't be the only one who thinks this, because it's a transitional album. They're going from the punkish days of the Paul Di'Anno era to the just classic heavy metal styling of the later albums, and Number of the Beast just goes and like falls right in the middle of those two camps. So it almost kind of has like has a conflicted sound. I would describe it as. It's not quite what the band did previous, but it's not quite what they would do after. And that's why I think it just sticks out. The classic Maiden lineup wasn't there yet. The drummer was still Clive Burr. He didn't really fit the new sound as well as Nico would. I'll get into that, after. Not after, later in Peace of Mind. Told you I was fired. But it sounds weird to me. It sounds like a band and that's trying to get where they're gonna go to. You know how Peace of Mind sounds. You know how Power Slave sounds. You know how Somewhere in Time and Seventh Son sound. So this album is like the baby steps to that sound, and it sounds weird to me. That's not a bad thing. I disagree that it's Maiden's best album, and it's their definitive album. Which brings me to my next point. People think it's their best album. Why? Because, every time I talk about the sound, I have a hard time explaining my opinion. So, okay, first of all, not as good as Peace of Mind, in my opinion. Can't touch Power Slave. And Somewhere in Time and Seventh Son are just so much more ambitious, exciting records than this album. This album, I don't... And that's the thing, I like the album. I definitely enjoy it. Invaders, awesome song. Children of the Damned, great. Prisoners is awesome. 22 Acacia Avenue is good. Number of the Beast is a classic. So is Run to the Hills. Gangland's okay. Total Eclipse on the reissue's okay. Hallowed Be Thy Name is amazing. They're good songs. They're just not near as good as Peace of Mind, Power Slave, and the rest of the band's, discography in the 80s. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't. And that's the thing, I wanna love this album so much, but I can't. You know what I mean? I know right now all the Maiden fans, literally, as they're watching this, are like looking at the screen like, what the fuck are you talking about? And that's fine, I appreciate your opinion, I respect it. I don't know, I think this is a really overrated album. I think it's just not near up to par with the later albums. It's really not, and I've listened to it so many times, and I'll listen to this and then Power Slave or something after, and it's like a night and day. It's so much better. So yeah, honestly, I think I can give this album an 8. And that's the funny thing. I'm sure you kind of just bashed it, gave it an 8. That's the thing. Like I said, I don't dislike the album. I enjoy it. I listen to it every so often. I listen to it quite often. I definitely enjoy it for what it is, and even though it's a transitional album, it has a pretty cool sound of its own. So don't get that mixed up. It's just not the band's best album. It's really not. In fact, I know I'm in the minority. I think this is the worst album they made in the 80s. I'm sorry, it's really underwhelming to me. I don't think it's the classic that everyone hypes it up to be. I don't know. I really don't. So yeah, and again, I can't stress enough, it's not a bad album, it's a very good album. I just think that Peace of Mind exemplifies their classic 1980s sound so much better. You get Nico, who is perfect for Maiden sound, with his use of the wide cymbal, and he does that signature gallop, which I fucking love, and I'll get to that after Peace of, God, I can't fucking talk today. When I get to Peace of Mind, the bass on that album is way better than this album. Oh shit, I forgot about production and flow and all that. Damn. Production's good. You can hear everything really well. The bass is higher than it was on Iron Maiden and Killers. not quite up to par with Peace of Mind, Palace Living, definitely Somewhere in Time, and then the Seventh Son. The bass on those albums are ridiculous. But it's still definitely good. The flow is really good too. You get some slow songs, you got some fast songs, you got some mid songs, epic closer, filler, but yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I understand this is a weird opinion. Maybe not, I wouldn't call it a weird opinion. Nobody's opinion is a weird opinion, but it's a minority opinion. Not that many people agree with me on this. But yeah, so I'm gonna give it an 8. Sorry to all the Maiden fans. I've let you down. Yeah, it's such a transitional album. It really is, that I feel like it's just not up to par with the later albums. So, sorry if you hated this review. It's my opinion, so feel free to say whatever you want. But like, comment, rate, subscribe. And I will be continuing Maiden Week, or Maiden, Classic Maiden. Fuck, I shouldn't have named it such a fancy-ass title, because I never say it in the reviews. Classic Maiden series, whatever. And, yeah. I'll see you guys next time.